Welcome to the world of the most expensive and rarest cars that will never be produced again. From a Rolls-Royce for about $13 million to a Bugatti that is owned by only one person on the entire planet. Welcome to the Luxury Life channel. Here we do not just show wealth, we inspire you to become a millionaire. This is a club for people who think big. Make yourself comfortable. You are about to see cars next to which even a billionaire's garage looks modest.
Luxury Life.
Rolls-Royce Sweptail 2017. Let us start with the Rolls-Royce Sweptail of 2017, a car that costs about $13 million. This is a true one-off, which means there is only one such car in the entire world, a real one of one. The design of this Rolls-Royce was ordered back in 2013. The client is a super secret multi-millionaire surrounded by legends. They say he is obsessed with luxury yachts and classic Rolls-Royce cars. It took 4 years to create this car. It is not just a vehicle. It is a suit tailored exactly to the measurements of one single person. The engine is a V12 with a displacement of about 7 liters and around 453 horsepower, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. It is inspired by classic Rolls-Royce models of the 1920s and 1930s, but at the same time, it looks modern and even slightly futuristic. The huge panoramic glass roof is one of the largest ever installed on a car. It stretches from the windshield all the way to the very rear. The front grille is completely handmade, polished aluminum. It is the largest grille ever fitted to a modern Rolls-Royce. The rear is styled like a yacht, a smooth line, expensive wooden inserts, the feeling that this is the deck of a super yacht, not the trunk of a car. And of course, the signature millionaire feature, the car has a secret compartment with a cooled bottle of champagne and 2 crystal glasses made as a bespoke order. The owner can relax while his personal chauffeur weaves through the noisy city, and he refreshes his throat with sips of the most expensive cognac or champagne. This car has never been produced again. The Sweptail became a demonstration of what the Rolls-Royce personalization department is capable of, and opened the door for future ultra-bespoke models like the Boattail. And here is the main question: who bought it? A tycoon? A drug lord? Someone laundering money? Or an Arab sheik who just wanted something that nobody else has? Bugatti La Voiture Noire 2019. We continue and raise the stakes. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire of 2019 is a car that costs about $19 million. It was created as a tribute to the legendary Bugatti Type 57 Atlantic, which belonged to Jean Bugatti, the son of the brand's founder, and mysteriously disappeared during the Second World War. La Voiture Noire, translated from French, means the black car. It is a modern monument to that lost relic. Under the hood, there is an 8-liter engine with 4 turbochargers and a power output of about 1,500 horsepower. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes roughly 2.5 seconds. This is no longer just a car. It is a private hyper-bolide. The body is made entirely of black carbon fiber with a unique finish that reflects light in a stunning way. Instead of a classic grille, there is a smooth, continuous design that creates a futuristic, almost alien silhouette. At the rear, there are 6 exhaust pipes at once, making the car look even more aggressive and powerful. The taillights are a single continuous strip, so at night, La Voiture Noire is recognized instantly.
The interior is at the level of private jet plus palace. Black leather upholstery with hand stitching, carbon fiber panels with polished aluminum details, exclusive Bugatti clock built into the center console, and a high-tech multimedia system with individual settings tailored to the owner. By the way, here is a super luxury bonus. When you buy this car, you are practically getting both a car and an exclusive Bugatti timepiece. Only one single example was built. It was sold to Ferdinand Piëch, the former head of the Volkswagen Group. This is no longer just a purchase. This is the level of people who control entire automotive empires. Maybach Exelero Fulda prototype.
Next up is the Maybach Exelero at about $8 million. This car was created as an experimental prototype for the tire brand Fulda. The goal was to test tires for ultra-fast and heavy cars. The Exelero was equipped with a 12-cylinder V12 engine with a displacement of about 6 liters and a 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time of roughly 5 seconds. It was inspired by Maybach models of the 1930s, but looks like a limousine crossed with the Batmobile. The body is enormous, about 6 meters long. The tires were specially developed by Fulda to withstand extremely high speeds and the huge weight of the car. The interior is a concentrate of luxury: black and red leather, brushed aluminum inserts, and a top-class audio system created by Bose. There is only one Exelero like this in the world. At first, it was purchased by the rapper Birdman, and then the car passed from one collector to another. This monster weighs about 6 tons. It is like a small tank disguised as a supercar. Why was it never produced again? The Maybach company changed direction. The brand shut down its own car line in 2012 and was fully integrated into Mercedes-Benz. And with that, the Exelero project died as well. Ferrari P4/5 by Pininfarina. The next hero costs roughly $4 million. This one-of-a-kind Ferrari was built about 18 years ago specifically for millionaire and collector James Glickenhaus. The base was a Ferrari Enzo, but the design was completely reimagined, taking inspiration from Ferrari racing cars of the 1960s, the P3 and P4 models. The result was a totally unique aerodynamic body, unlike any production Ferrari. Only one single example was built, tailored entirely to the taste and fantasies of the owner. Ferrari initially treated the project as a private order from Glickenhaus, not as the beginning of a new line. To preserve its uniqueness, the company decided never to build anything similar again, leaving the P4/5 as the only Ferrari of its kind on the planet. Number 1. Aston Martin Victor 2020. Now, one of the most brutal Brits, about $3 million. This is the most hardcore and exclusive Aston Martin in history, a true one-off. It is based on the track-only Vulcan, but received a retro design with aggressive shapes inspired by classic V8 Vantage models of the 1970s and 1980s. It was created by the Q by Aston Martin division, their own personalization studio, similar in concept to Mansory, but within the brand. The mission was simple: combine classic style and a modern track monster in one car. Under the hood, there is a naturally aspirated V12 with a displacement of about 7 liters and a power output of roughly 840 horsepower. The gearbox is a 6-speed manual, which is an enormous rarity for a modern supercar. The body is made entirely of carbon fiber, and the aerodynamics are inspired by racing cars. A huge rear diffuser in the style of Le Mans prototypes. Ultra-thin LED headlights with the brand's signature light signature. Matte dark green paint reminiscent of classic Aston Martin race cars. The interior is a blend of retro and space-age tech. Vintage brown bridge of weir leather, exposed carbon fiber inserts, a digital instrument cluster with an interface like a fighter jet cockpit, and a steering wheel like a Formula 1 car's, with a bunch of buttons and settings. The exhaust system is tuned to produce a deafening beast-like roar, turning every press of the gas pedal into a show. Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita. The price is about $5 million. This is an ultra-exclusive version of the CCXR model. The main feature? Its carbon fiber is infused with diamond dust. Yes, you heard that right. Carbon fiber that literally shimmers like a silvery diamond when the sun hits it. While other sheiks cover their cars with gold of 18 or 24 carats, the owner of the Trevita basically said, "Let me drive a car made of diamonds." Under the hood, there is a V8 with a power output of more than 1,000 horsepower. The body is made from Koenigsegg's signature carbon fiber fabric with diamond coating. The doors open in the trademark dihedral synchro helix style, and at the back there is an adjustable wing for maximum aerodynamics. The interior is finished in black leather with white pearlescent stitching. The dashboard is fully digital, and the audio system uses speakers with diamond elements. The production process for this diamond carbon fiber turned out to be too complex and expensive, so in the end, only 2 cars were built. Today, the CCXR Trevita can go at auction for as much as $7 million or even higher. McLaren X-1 2012. Next up is a true art object on wheels. Its exact price is kept secret, but experts estimate it at around $10 million. This McLaren is inspired by cars of the Art Deco era of the 1930s. The model was developed by McLaren Special Operations for one single anonymous client who wanted a car unlike any other McLaren in the world.
Under the hood, there is a V8 with a power output of more than 1,000 horsepower. The body has characteristic Art Deco lines inspired by models like the Bugatti Type 57 and the Fatzel Vega. A unique detail, the rear wheel arches are covered with panels, like on old luxury coupes, something almost never seen on modern supercars. The paint is black in a piano lacquer finish, with no bright accents, no cheap show-off, just shine and pure lines. Inside there is vintage leather, hand-polished aluminum, and a multimedia system completely reworked according to the owner's wishes. The car is built entirely by hand and exists in a single example. It was a special project for one client with no plans for production. That is why today it is impossible even to imagine the exact price it could fetch at a closed auction. Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta 2018. Next, the dream of any child who loves cars, the Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta of 2018, costing around $18 million. It was the final farewell to the Zonda model, created as a personal tribute from Horacio Pagani himself. The car is completely open, without a traditional roof, a true Barchetta in its purest form. Only 3 cars were produced for the entire world, and one of them belongs to Horacio Pagani personally. Imagine a toy car from a dream movie, only this is not cinema but reality for the richest people on the planet. They say that one of the 3 examples belongs to the Zeus of Monaco. That is how high status the owner is. And another one is still considered missing, a legend within a legend. Seeing a Zonda HP Barchetta in real life is almost impossible. Recently, one of the 3 cars was crashed in a severe accident and suffered total damage. The power is nearly 1,000 horsepower, and the 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time is under 2.8 seconds. With a monster like that, you have to be incredibly careful. On normal roads, this car literally demands respect and nerves of steel. Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR Supersport 2002. About $9 million, one of the most extreme and rare cars in the entire history of the brand. It was developed as part of the homologation program for the 24 Hours of Le Mans and the FIA GT Championship in the 1990s. To participate in racing, Mercedes had to build at least 25 road-legal versions of the CLK GTR. The Supersport is an even more extreme and rarer variation with increased power and improved aerodynamics. The design is completely subordinated to racing logic. A low, wide body, a huge fixed rear wing for colossal downforce at high speeds, an ultralight and strong carbon fiber body with gigantic air intakes. Inside, it is a minimalist, track-focused cabin, racing seats with 5-point harnesses, a digital dashboard, and no unnecessary luxury details. Only what is needed for maximum speed. There are only about 5 cars in this configuration. It is a machine that combines the status of a collectible legend and a true racing weapon. Jaguar XJ220S TWR. Now, a hyper-rare version of the famous XJ220. It was upgraded by Tom Walkinshaw Racing, or TWR, a Jaguar division that handled high-performance modifications and motorsport. The goal of this version was to turn the XJ220 into a racing car that is allowed on public roads. Under the hood, there is a 3.5-liter engine with a 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time of about 2.9 seconds. The weight is about 1,000 kilograms because everything unnecessary was removed and the body was made of carbon fiber, much lighter than the standard version. They added a huge rear wing in the style of racing prototypes and extended side skirts for better aerodynamics. The brakes are high performance, designed for extreme temperatures and speeds of up to 400 kilometers per hour, so that the car does not end up without brakes at the most dangerous moment. Only 6 such cars exist in the world. The interior has racing seats, a simplified dashboard with only the most important gauges, and a steering wheel covered in Alcantara, entirely focused on those who love to attack the track. The TWR version is an even more niche and hardcore variant, for people who wanted to use such a machine either on racetracks or for very risky illegal races. Lamborghini Sesto Elemento.
Next, the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, costing about $2.2 million. The name is a reference to carbon in the periodic table. The car became a demonstration of how far Lamborghini can go in engineering ultra-light constructions. The task was simple and insane: to build an ultra-light supercar in which almost everything is made of carbon fiber. The engine is a V10 with a displacement of about 5 liters and a power output of roughly 600 horsepower. The weight is only about 1,000 kilograms, which is almost twice as light as a regular Lamborghini. The body is entirely made of carbon fiber without traditional paint. You can see the natural texture of the material. The air intakes are shaped as hexagons to cool the engine and brakes, and at the back there is a huge wing for maximum downforce. Inside, there is no soft luxury at all. Minimal upholstery, bare carbon fiber, a digital minimalist display with only the necessary information. Only 20 examples were built, effectively an experimental prototype for testing light carbon technologies and extreme loads. Very few of these cars remain in running condition today. Several were crashed because not every driver is capable of handling such a light and insanely fast Lamborghini on normal roads. Zenvo ST1. The next ultra-rare beast is the Zenvo ST1, costing about $2 million. This is a supercar from Denmark, created to compete with the most powerful supercars in the world. The engine has a displacement of about 7 liters, and 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes roughly 2.5 seconds. The design is aggressive, with huge air intakes and an active rear wing that changes downforce depending on speed. Only 15 examples were built. The interior is a mix of luxury and technology. Leather, Alcantara, carbon fiber, everything is there. But Zenvo had reliability problems, and production was extremely limited. In the end, the company decided to focus on more advanced and expensive models, and the ST1 remained a rare experiment for collectors. Porsche 911 GT1 Strassen version. The price is roughly $6 million. This is a race car homologated for the street, created to meet strict FIA rules. Under the hood, there is a 3.2-liter flat-six engine with 2 turbochargers. This road version existed only because Porsche needed to participate in Le Mans and other races while complying with regulations that required street-legal versions. Later, Porsche stopped racing in Le Mans with the 911 GT1 and accordingly stopped production of these cars. Today, it is a golden ticket for a collection, a car that looks like a race prototype but still has license plates. Lamborghini Egoista 2013. Next, a car that looks like it was taken straight from GTA or a Batman movie. The Lamborghini Egoista of 2013 is a concept car, unique in its kind. Nobody knows exactly how much it costs, but many believe it could now be valued at around $6 million or even much more. The Egoista was created in honor of the 50th anniversary of the Lamborghini brand. The design is inspired by modern fighter jets, the very same warplanes you've seen in games and movies. The car is designed for only one person, like a pilot's cockpit. The top speed is about 350 kilometers per hour, and this is a pure concept with no commercial version. Only one single example was built for the whole world. Sometimes it is shown at events, but in general it is perceived as a museum piece, a symbol of how insane Lamborghini design can be. Rumor has it that its current hypothetical value could easily exceed $100 million simply because it is unique and will never be repeated. It seems that even the richest tycoons in the world would be left speechless if they saw the Lamborghini Egoista in real life. Cizeta-Moroder V16T. Next, a truly rare specimen, one of the strangest and least known supercars in history. It was created by Claudio Zampoli, a former Lamborghini engineer, and the legendary electronic music composer Giorgio Moroder. The main feature is a unique V16 engine mounted transversely, meaning sideways, not lengthwise, something almost nobody ever did. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes about 4 seconds, and the top speed is around 330 kilometers kilometers per hour. The design resembles Lamborghinis of the 1980s, sharp angles, a body made of aluminum and fiberglass, double pop-up headlights, a combination never repeated anywhere else. Production was so complex, expensive, and labor-intensive that the company simply went bankrupt, having managed to release about 12 cars. It was impossible to build a car that was so expensive and complicated, yet sell it at a price that left a good profit margin, and Cizeta-Moroder became a legend and a lesson. Lotec C1000, 1995. A hypercar from Germany that wanted to become the fastest car in the world.
It was a special order from a wealthy Arab client who literally said, "Build me the fastest car on the planet." He received a V8 engine with a displacement of about 6 liters, a carbon fiber body, and aerodynamics at the level of Le Mans race cars. The car was so extreme for normal roads that in the end, they built only one single example. Today, the Lotec C1000 stands in a museum where people can only admire it from afar. But just imagine, if you drove it somewhere on public roads in the 2010s, it would look like an alien spaceship on wheels. Honestly, if this car could also fly, it could easily be mistaken for a UFO. Isdera Commendatore 112i. It was created by Eberhard Schultz, a former Porsche engineer, with the idea of building a supercar by hand, paying attention literally to every detail. The car had to be so perfect that when you open the doors you can see the engine, like on real race cars. All this was for one goal, to build one of the best supercars on the planet. The project turned out to be so expensive and unrealistic that only one example was ever built, yet the car could reach speeds of up to 400 kilometers per hour, which for the 1990s was almost impossible. It was a car that could have entered the Guinness World Records, but due to the incredible complexity and cost, they could not continue production. TVR Cerbera Speed 12, 2000. Costing about $2 million, this was an attempt to create the most radical car in the world. Just look at its body. It looks as if someone combined the front of a premium Italian supercar with the chassis of a monster ready to win any race. According to the plan, it had to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in roughly 2 seconds, produce about 1,000 horsepower, and reach speeds of up to 400 kilometers per hour. But at some point, the founder of TVR himself said, "No, this is too much." He personally banned serial production, stating that the car was too dangerous for normal roads. As a result, the Cerbera Speed 12 became one of those cars that were practically made illegal, simply because they were too insane and deadly for the average driver. These are the kind of cars that could make even millionaires feel poor. Write which of these cars you would put first in your dream garage. And right now, I suggest you go and watch one of the previous episodes on this channel for the very richest people. There you will find stories about luxury, wealth, and the lives of the most influential people on the planet. Thank you for watching.